This is PJNET.TV, and this is my perspective and comments. In this video segment of My Perspective and Comments, we cover politics, society here and abroad, and the events of the day that are shaping our nation. PJNET.TV, My Perspective and Comment, coming to you with a worldview, one nation under God. This is my perspective and comments. And we'll start out as we have over this past year plus, COVID-19, Wuhan virus, China virus, and what's the latest going on right now. Well, New York has taken another step this past week to eliminate pretty much all the restrictions and mandates from this dictator governor, Andrew Cuomo. Still, there's some situations in our school systems where our kids are still, the masks, they don't want to relinquish the mask wearing in our schools, but there's more and more pressure by parents that are demanding a change to that. So hopefully by the time the next school year starts, the parents will have won the lifting of that barrier to their kids and getting the masks out of their face. We're also seeing more reports with the younger people that are getting the second shot, COVID shot, that are starting to appear problems with heart-related problems. And that's been a concern from many, especially when you consider that the younger population really aren't vulnerable as the older population with COVID. And a lot of people are shaking their heads saying, why are we pushing having an age group that typically 99 plus aren't affected. So that is a concern right now. And throughout the world, we are seeing still complications with this COVID virus. I'd like to talk a bit about, and a lot has been going on over these last few months, of critical race theory. And what we're finding is more and more states are crafting legislation and passing legislation to fight this evil. The latest this past week, Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, had signed a bill banning critical race theory in the schools. So good for Texas and Greg Abbott. Governor DeSantis has already put forth legislation for schools banning critical race, and we're seeing there's several states right now that have passed bills in banning critical race theory in the schools. So that is good news, because this is an evil that's being pushed by these liberal left wanting to use reverse racism to get to their goal with this critical race theory. President Trump will be doing what a VP Harris doesn't want to do and has not done. President Trump has accepted a invitation from Governor Greg Abbott to come to the southern border and to visit what's going on there in the southern border. That'll be taking place on Wednesday, June 30th. So that will be, I'm sure the news reporters will be lining up to cover that that visit. But again, President Trump to do what VP Harris hasn't found time to do yet. Americans, there's a new report, Epoch Times has reported that Americans are fleeing California and New York for Florida and Texas. And specifically noted, Americans have been systematically and aggressively leaving California to Texas and Idaho, from California, leaving California to Texas and Idaho, and New York, New Jersey, Illinois are 3 states which are seeing massive moves where people are tired of what's going on there in those states. Other states have seen mass exodus of people, like in Michigan and Pennsylvania. There's a mass exodus leaving those states. The top 5 states that are accepting and taking in people that are leaving those far left states are Idaho, Arizona, Tennessee, South Carolina, and North Carolina. And Tennessee has actually overtaken South Carolina in the amount of people going into their state as of the 2019 results. So people are voting with their feet, leaving these crazy leftist states and moving to other states. Now, I've heard from Floridians and a lot of Texans that are saying, okay, if you're leaving those far liberal states, don't bring your wrong-headed thinking to our state. But you're leaving for a reason, and it's policies and the liberal policies that have forced you to leave. Don't bring that ideology along with you. So a little caveat and message from these states that have done things right and are now attracting people to come to their states, because there is freedom, there is liberty, there is the government getting out of every aspect of your life, and people are drawn to that, and that's why they're seeing a mass exodus from these lockdown states. I'd like to talk some about what has just taken place here, a transfer of power, it appears, and just want to kind of talk about Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi. He has his 12-year terms, or 12 years of being prime minister, has come to an end this past Sunday when the Knesset approved a new government that was formed by Bennett and Netanyahu. There was a struggle there, even to the very last minute Sunday. This transitional government, they only actually transferred power by a matter of 3 or 4 votes. It was all a very narrow win for Bennett. to take over the reins. But you know, we've heard a lot, we've seen Bibi a lot, and Bibi has been a strong proponent of the United States, a great ally, and his leadership has been definitely. President Trump and Bibi worked together very well, and a lot was accomplished under President Trump and Bibi Netanyahu working together to bring some peace accord, historic level, and also the embassy going to Jerusalem. Bibi was part of seeing that happen in supporting President Trump's administration for moving that forward. Now, the new Prime Minister, Naftali Bennett, he was sworn in Sunday. Now, he's a religious Jew, and he's made his money, millions, in the secular high-tech sector. And he's a champion of the settlement movement, and he lives in Tel Aviv, a suburb of Tel Aviv, and he was a former ally for Bibi Netanyahu. In fact, he was the chief of staff for Bibi, but things have changed, and there's a conflict there, and this power struggle and this election that took place really brought a lot of sparks and fireworks. But ultimately, the new Naftali Bennett is really he's similar views, and we're probably not going to see too much of a change as far as his leadership, because when it comes to the ideology and Israel and how Israel's place in the world as Netanyahu saw it, Bennett also seems to be in that same camp. So we probably aren't going to see a big change here with this transition. But again, Benjamin Netanyahu has been a great ally, and for 12 years he's been a bulwark there, and a strong ally with the United States. So I'd like to, at this point, we're going to watch a video here that kind of touches on Bibi Netanyahu's administration for these 12 years, and just this video will touch on some high points and really the prospect that Bibi's not totally going away. In fact, he will be in the minority party, and he's vowing to stay very much on the scene and looking to regain power again. So you'll hear that in this video, and I wanted to take note of this leader who has been has been good with the United States, allying with the United States, and again, a catalyst and open for peace. And we saw tremendously under President Trump the initiatives, historic initiatives that took place while President Trump and Bibi worked together in the President Trump's administration, reaching out to Israel and negotiating these peace accords, the Abraham Accords, that were historic in nature, and reverberated around the world what was done with Arab nations coming and signing these peace agreements. So here, we're going to take a look at Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister for 12 years, and there is a change in administration right now, but we'll take a look at what has taken place in review under Bibi Netanyahu. Take a look.